The company that plays like Manchester City. How turning your business into a football team can save your career, your side hustle, and your sanity. Part 1. Seeing your business as 11 players instead of one exhausted human. The strange thing your favorite club knows about your small business. Picture this. It is a Champions League night. The Etihad or the Camp Nou or Anfield is glowing. 22 players in different shirts. Tens of thousands of fans singing. You watch Manchester City knit 30 passes together before scoring. You watch Liverpool press like a wolf pack. You watch Real Madrid look relaxed in a crisis, then kill the game in a heartbeat. You, sitting on your sofa or in a bar, might be unemployed and hunting for something that pays. Underemployed in a job that does not use your real strengths. On Social Security, hearing people whisper that your productive years are over. An entrepreneur or side hustler trying to keep the lights on. Here is the curious question almost nobody asks. Why do those 11 people on a pitch look more organized, more purposeful, and more resilient than many businesses with better offices and bigger budgets? Because a serious football team already does what most businesses pretend to do. Everyone knows their role. There is a shared game plan. The group covers for individual mistakes. They review, learn, and adjust every single week. Meanwhile, most small businesses and most personal I am trying to survive careers run like this. One person tries to do everything. There is no clear plan, just reactions. Every mistake feels fatal and personal. Learning is random, not systematic. The secret is this. If you can learn to run your business or career like Jurgen Klopp runs Liverpool team or Pep Guardiola runs a City team, you will be ahead of most people with fancier degrees and better connections. This series is about exactly that. Chapter 1. What a football team actually is, not just 11 shirts. Most people say, a football team is 11 players on the pitch. That is like saying, a business is some people trying to make money. Not wrong. Not useful. A real football team is a group of players and staff, each with defined roles, united by a shared way of playing and a shared culture, who coordinate their actions in real time to create chances, prevent goals, and turn 90 minutes into consistent results over a whole season. Notice the parts. Group, not lone hero. Defined roles, not everyone running to the ball. Shared way of playing, not random tactics. Culture, not just slogans. Coordination in real time, not a dusty manual. Consistent results over time, not a single lucky win. Now translate that to business. A real business, even if it is tiny, is a group of people and systems, each with clear responsibilities, united by a simple strategy and healthy culture, who coordinate their daily actions to create value for customers and turn weeks and months into income and impact. You can have 11 people in a company and still not have a team. Only yourself in your kitchen with a phone and notebook, and still behave like a team manager controlling 11 positions. The importance is huge. In football, teams with lower budgets beat richer ones all the time because they play together. In business, small but well-organized outfits beat sloppy giants in niche after niche. For entrepreneurs, job seekers, underemployed workers, and people on Social Security, this is hope. You do not need superstar status. You need team structure. Chapter 2. Why football style thinking matters more than motivational posters. When you are desperate for money or for a chance, people give you motivational quotes, think positive speeches, generic business advice written by people who never risked eviction. Football offers something different. Concrete, tested ways to build performance from normal humans. evidence that structure beats chaos under pressure. Blueprints from clubs like Bayern Munich, Brighton, Brentford, and Dortmund, who build value consistently. Consider to clubs, club ordered, like Peak Bayern, has a clear recruitment plan, knows what kind of football it wants to play, promotes youth systematically, does not panic after every loss. Club chaotic, like too many mid-table sides you can name. New manager constantly, new project every season. Random signings driven by agents and social media hype. Blame drama non-stop. Now look at two businesses. Business ordered, clear offer, clear target customer, simple internal routines. Adjustments based on feedback, not panic. Business chaotic, new idea every week. Confusing marketing. No schedule, just reacting. Blames the economy for everything. The ordered club and the ordered business both understand team strategy. The chaotic club and the chaotic business both live on luck. You may not control the economy or the referee. You can control whether you copy Bayern or a circus. Chapter 3. 8 Football Team Strategies. While business can steal, here are 8 major football team strategies we will translate for business success. First strategy. Clear positions, clear roles. Stop playing 11 positions poorly. Second strategy. A game model, not random plays. Know how your company team wants to play. Third strategy. Train all week. Do not just perform. Build practice into your business life. Fourth strategy. Mark danger, not the ball. Focus on real threats, not shiny distractions. Fifth strategy. Use your bench and rotate. Prevent burnout. Design backup plans. Sixth strategy. Analyze the match. Use feedback and simple data, not just feelings. Seventh strategy. Build an academy. Grow skills and people, instead of always buying stars. Eighth strategy. Protect the dressing room. Culture eats strategy for breakfast. In this part 1, we will go deep into first strategy. Clear positions and roles. Second strategy. A game model, not random plays. Parts 2 and 3 will cover the remaining strategies with concrete mistakes and lessons for entrepreneurs, unemployed and underemployed people, people on social security, anyone trying to build something from almost nothing. Strategy 1. Clear positions, clear roles. Stop playing 11 positions poorly. How the best teams do it. Watch Manchester City. Bernardo Silva can play several roles, but in each match, he has a clear task. He knows zones to occupy. He knows who covers and he moves. Watch Real Madrid. Modric, Cruz, and Casemiro used to form a midfield where each knew when to hold and when to break forward. Each knew who took responsibility in different phases. Even when players swap positions, they are swapping roles deliberately. Compare that with a disorganized youth team. Every kid chases the ball. Nobody covers the back post. Midfield is empty half the time. It looks energetic and loses heavily. The difference is not talent. It is role clarity. The business version. What positions look like at work in a business, especially a very small one? Positions are not striker and fullback. Positions are functions like finding and attracting customers, selling or signing the deal, delivering the product or service, managing money, supporting customers after the sale, improving systems and offers. In a healthy business team, each function has a clear owner, even if that owner is the same person at the beginning. People know when they are on the ball and when they are supporting. Tasks move logically, like passing a ball from defense to midfield to attack. In a struggling business, The same urgent problem pulls everyone off their duties. Nobody really owns customer follow-up or cash flow. Everyone assumes someone else is doing it. The founder spends energy everywhere and finishes nothing. It looks a lot like 11 players all running after the ball and leaving the goal open. Case study. Two competing local cafes CAS. Owner makes coffee, orders supplies, manages social media, hires staff, and does the books. No clear shift leader. When owner is absent, decisions are delayed or inconsistent. Nobody owns cleanliness or stock checks. Problems appear when it is too late. Staff help with everything, so no one is accountable for anything. CAFD, team. Owner decides on 3 main positions: kitchen, front of house, and operations. Each shift has a designated captain, even if team is small. One trusted person owns ordering and inventory, with simple routines. One person, even part-time, owns promotions and customer communication. Over time, CAF team has fewer "we are out of milk" or "we lost that invoice" crises, is easier to step away from because roles can be handed over temporarily. Feels calmer, even if equally busy. CAF chaos feels like a panicked relegation battle club every week. Bleeds customers quietly through bad experience. 3 common mistakes businesses make with roles. Mistake 1. We are all equal. We all just do whatever is needed. That sounds fair and friendly. On the pitch, that is. 10 strikers and a keeper, all doing whatever. You get overlaps in some tasks, dangerous gaps in others, silent resentment when some people work harder than others. Lesson learned. Equality in respect is good. Clarity in roles is essential. Write down. Person A owns X, person B owns Y, even if both help each other. Mistake 2. Hiring copies of yourself, not compliments. Many founders and early teams unconsciously hire people who think and behave like them. Result: a team full of creative forwards with no defensive midfielders to handle money and structure. Or a team full of defenders who keep things safe but never push forward. You see this when a business has great ideas but awful execution, or great operations but no customers. Lesson learned. Think like a coach building a squad. Do we have people comfortable with talking to customers? Do we have someone disciplined with numbers and admin? Do we have someone who thinks about long-term improvement? You can borrow these skills at first, but over time your starting 11 must cover them. Mistake 3. Refusing to shift roles when the match changes. In football, if the team is chasing a goal, you might ask a fullback to push higher. Move a midfielder into the 10 position. Accept more risk at the back. In business, when circumstances change, many teams leave roles frozen. Expect the same people to do the same tasks while the game around them has changed. For example, a pandemic pushes everything online, but nobody is assigned as online lead. Demand shifts from one product to another, but the team does not rebalance its energy. An unexpected big client arrives, but nobody owns managing them. Lesson learned. Revisit your line up regularly. Ask, given this stage of our business or life, who should be playing where? Lessons from strategy. 1. For different situations for entrepreneurs. Draw your business as a football pitch, backline, finances and admin, midfield, operations and product, attack, marketing and sales. Write a name in each position, even if it is yours multiple times. Then ask, which position is suffering because I cannot give it attention? For unemployed or underemployed people. In any internship, volunteer role, or short gig, ask your manager, What position do you really need me to play here? Play that role extremely well. Do not try to be everywhere at once. That builds reputation. Have people on social security. In any small project you take on, treat your time like 11 players. Decide when you are goalkeeper, protecting your health and energy, when you are playmaker planning, when you are striker doing the visible work. This mindset prevents overwhelm and shows you that you still can manage a team, even if it is just you and your tools. Strategy 2. A game model, not random plays. Know how your business team wants to play, how clubs like Liverpool and Atletico do it. Liverpool under Klopp. Identity, pressing, intensity, fast transitions, attacking full backs. Game model, with the ball. Move it quickly to wide areas, overload flanks, crosses and cutbacks. Without the ball, coordinated pressing in specific zones, forcing mistakes. Transitions. Strike immediately after winning the ball. Atletico Madrid under Simeone. Identity. Warriors, compact defense, ruthless counter. Ulm model, with the ball. More patient, but still direct when possible. Without the ball, deep block, intense in key zones. Transitions. Punish when opponents overcommit. Even when players change, you still recognize the team's way of playing. They might tweak tactics, slightly different formation, different pressing height, but the model remains. Teams that lack a game model. Try to press one week, sit deep the next. Switch from long ball to short possession with no preparation. Look like a different club every month. Your business game model. Simple, but crucial in business. Your game model answers questions like, who is our main opponent or challenge? Who is our ideal customer? How do we mainly win? Low price, unique quality, speed, trust, specialization. How do we behave when things go wrong? Panic or control risk? How do we attack the market and how do we defend our position? Compared to small businesses. Business bounce, game model. We serve anyone with any problem if they pay. Some days they say consulting, other days random products, next week a new course. Every new trend pulls them away from the last one. Their social media and messaging change constantly. Business pattern, game model. We help local tradespeople and small service providers look professional and win more jobs through simple branding and online presence. Almost every offer is a variation of that theme. Their marketing, content, and partnerships all aim at that same group. They adjust tactics, but the core stays the same. Guess which one builds a reputation faster? 3 common mistakes businesses make with their game model. Mistake 1. Confusing a vague mission with a concrete model. Helping people is not a game model. Making money online is not a game model. In football, we want to win says nothing about how you will play. A game model is specific. For example, we are a counter-attacking team that stays compact and kills space. We are a pressing team that suffocates the opponent. In business, a real model might be, we help busy single parents by delivering healthy, affordable meals in our city. We help older people with paperwork and tech face-to-face in this neighborhood. We provide simple, honest home repairs and small jobs, fast, with no hidden fees. Lesson learned. Put real edges on your model. Who you serve, how you do it, and what you do not do. Mistake 2. Copying a big company's play style with tiny company resources. Trying to play like Barcelona with Sunday league players is a classic football blunder. In business, that looks like copying Apple's branding focus while you have only a few hours a week and no supply chain. Copying Amazon's everything store when you can barely manage one clear offer. Copying luxury brands' slowness and exclusivity when your customers are broke and impatient. Lesson learned. Let big names inspire your principles, not your exact plays. Your game model must fit your current league, your time, money, skills, and energy. Mistake 3. Throwing away the model at the first sign of trouble. Even Liverpool have losing streaks. They do not abandon pressing forever after a bad run. In business, when income dips, many people change their niche completely. Pivot to a totally different market. Chase a new hot opportunity daily. This is like a club changing manager and philosophy every time they lose to matches. Lesson learned. When things go wrong, ask first, are we executing our model badly, or is the model itself wrong for our reality? Most of the time, it is poor execution or patience, not the wrong style of play. Lessons from strategy to 4 different situations for entrepreneurs. Write your business game model in 2 or 3 lines. Who, what, how. Every week, check your actions. Do they align with that model, or are you playing random passes? For unemployed or underemployed people, treat your career as a game model. Decide what kind of problems you solve best. For what kind of people or organizations. In what way you like to work. Then shape your job search, networking, and learning around that, instead of sending the same generic 105 everywhere. For people on Social Security, if you want a small, safe side income, pick a very narrow game model. Maybe help neighbors with basic smartphone and internet tasks, or sell a few specific handmade items. Resisting the urge to try 10 different ideas at once will protect your energy and sanity. Chapter 4. Putting the first 2 strategies together, your starter tactics. So far we have Strategy 1. Clear positions and roles. Stop trying to do everything. Define who does what, even if who is just you in different modes. Strategy 2. A game model. Decide how your business or career plays to win in the league you are actually in. Together, they give you who plays where and how do we intend to win most of the time. Without that, you are a Sunday league team pretending to be Real Madrid. With that, you become more like Brighton, cleverly using their resources. Brentford, punching above their weight. A well-run local club that consistently avoids relegation and sometimes shocks bigger sides. For entrepreneurs, that might mean turning a crazy, scattered to-do list into a simple line-up and style. Saying no to side quests that do not fit your game model. For job seekers and underemployed people, it might mean refusing to call yourself able to do anything, and instead presenting a clear professional position you play well, aiming at roles where that position is actually needed. For people on Social Security, it might mean taking back some control over your days by seeing yourself as a manager of your own little club, even if that club is just you handling medical appointments, small projects, family needs, and rest. This is not theory. It is how clubs you watch every weekend survive and win. You already understand it with your eyes. Now you are learning it with your hands and calendar. In Part 2, we will add 3 more football team strategies that a business or individual can use. How to train all week in small, realistic ways so that performance days feel easier, not scarier. How to mark danger, not the ball. Identifying real business risks and handling them before they score against you. How to think about your bench and rotation even when you feel like you have nobody to help you. We will compare pairs of businesses that behave like well-coached clubs versus those that behave like relegation candidates, and pull out 3 concrete mistakes and lessons from each. If this first part helped you see that your business or career is not just about being talented or lucky, but about building and coaching your own team of roles and habits, then you are already a step ahead of most people fighting blind. To keep learning how to turn football team strategies into simple, practical steps for your business, your job hunt, or your comeback story, subscribe to my YouTube channel. That is where I break down the way top clubs operate and translate it into moves you can use to build a stronger, smarter, more resilient life and business. The company that plays like Manchester City. How turning your business into a football team can save your career, your side hustle, and your sanity. Part 2. Training between matches, marking the real danger, and using your bench before you burn out. Chapter 5. The lie your brain tells you about. Match day. Think about a big football night. Players arrive in sharp suits. Cameras follow every step. The warm-up looks sharp. Commentators talk about pressure, legacy, tactics. Your eyes tell you that the match is everything, but every professional knows. The result is mostly decided Monday to Friday on empty training pitches with no crowd and no cameras. By the time the referee blows the whistle, fitness is already built or not. Patterns are already rehearsed or not. Relationships are already formed or not. Confidence has already been watered or drained. Now think about your life, a job interview, a meeting with a possible client, a launch day for your small business offer, a crucial call about benefits or housing. Your brain shouts, "This is the big moment. Everything depends on now." But just like in football, the truth is, most of that result was decided in the days and weeks before, when nobody was watching. This leads to the third football strategy your business or career needs. Strategy 3. Train all week. Do not just perform on match day. How serious teams treat training. Watch stories from clubs like Liverpool, Bayern, or even well-run underdog sides like Brighton and Brentford. You will notice training sessions that look almost as intense as matches. Repetition of specific movements and patterns. Players being corrected on small details. Body shape, scanning, first touch. Set pieces rehearsed again and again. The match is not where players learn. The match is where they express what they learned. Weak teams sometimes treat training like fitness only, casual games, a place to have a laugh, and they are surprised when, under pressure, they fall apart. A business and career version of training. For you, training is practicing skills when there is no immediate money attached. Building small systems for your business before disaster hits. Rehearsing conversations and pitches before the real one. Studying your craft, competitors, and customers regularly. Performances. The sales call. The job interview. The day you actually deliver your service. The morning you sit in front of an official for a serious decision. Most struggling businesses and job seekers only wake up on performance days. They wing interviews, improvise sales conversations, write proposals in a rush, fix their books only at tax time. That is like a team doing all its running and tactics in the tunnel just before walking out. Example: to freelance translators, translator casual, waits for requests to arrive. Each project is handled differently, does not build glossaries or templates, only practices new language skills when a client pays for it. Translator team mindset. Has fixed time each week to study language and industry changes. Keeps term bases and style guides ready. Practices explaining pricing and process out loud. Reviews finished projects for mistakes and patterns. When a big client comes with a tough, urgent job, translator casual panics, underestimates time, and makes errors. Translator team. Mindset feels stressed, but falls back on habits and tools. Like two clubs, one jogs around in training, then collapses on match day. One trains at high level, then plays with clarity and resilience. 3 common mistakes businesses make about training. Mistake 1. Believing you are too busy surviving to practice. This is the most dangerous lie. You might think, I cannot practice my pitch. I need to chase money. I cannot improve my process. I am drowning in work. I cannot study. I am exhausted. In football, imagine a team saying, we cannot train defensive shape. We are too busy playing matches. They would concede the same goals every time. Lesson learned. Even in hard times, protect small pockets of training. 10 focused minutes daily on one skill can change your next match day. Mistake 2. Treating every public activity as practice. Some people say, I practice by doing. There is truth in that, but danger too. If every attempt is public and high stakes, you never slow down enough to correct mistakes. You repeat bad habits. Your anxiety grows with each failure. Footballers do not learn a new pressing scheme in the Champions League final. They learn it on Tuesday morning on a freezing training pitch. Lesson learned. Create low-risk environments to practice. Mock interviews with a friend. Test sales scripts on safe, small prospects. Practice your explanation in front of a mirror. Try systems on tiny projects before big ones. Mistake 3. Practicing only what is fun, not what is hurting you. In football, many players love shooting. Far fewer love defensive positioning drills. In business and career, you might love designing logos, but avoid practicing sales calls. Love learning new tools, but avoid working on time management. Love ideas, but avoid writing them down clearly. Result, your strengths get slightly stronger. Your weaknesses stay big enough to kill results. Lesson learned. Look at your last painful match days. Where did you collapse? Interview questions, talking about price, delivering on time. Make that the focus of your next training cycle. Practical takeaways from Strategy 3 for entrepreneurs and freelancers. Choose 1 or 2 training slots each week, even short. 4. Practicing your pitch, improving a process, strengthening a skill. Treat those slots like training sessions. Non-negotiable unless there is a real emergency for unemployed or underemployed people. Set aside time to practice answers to common interview questions. Research companies properly. Ask others to role-play phone calls. This is your training ground. Do not wait for the real interview to improvise. 4 people on Social Security. Even if your energy is limited, small training steps count. Learning one new feature of a tool you already use. Practicing explaining your situation calmly. Organizing documents so future meetings are less chaotic. Think like a player who says, "A day's training might save my legs in the 90th minute next month." Chapter 6. Hamburger, not chasing the ball. In football, beginners and panicky teams are ball chasers. Wherever the ball goes, everyone follows. Defenders forget the striker behind them. Fullbacks abandon their side to sprint into the middle. Midfield gets empty and exposed. Smarter teams track space and opponents, not only the ball. One player presses. Others mark passing lanes and runners. A group stays in shape. Marikanners say things like, "Look how well they are marking the danger." And now, translate that to business and life. The all is. Whatever is loudest. The latest email. Social media noise. The crisis someone else brings to your door. The real danger is running out of cash. Destroying your health. Losing your best customers, breaking trust with partners, and missing legal or tax obligations. Too many businesses and individuals chase the ball. Very few calmly mark the danger. Strategy 4. Mark danger, not the ball, in your business. How serious clubs understand danger. Watch a well-drilled side like Piccatoli, Atletico Madrid, or a Guardiola team, and when out of possession, you will notice. A winger allows a harmless pass but blocks the killer option. A defensive midfielder shades towards the most dangerous opponent. Faithful backs stay aware of back post runs. They ask, if we lose focus, where will the goal come from? Then they act early. Teams that do not think this way throw bodies at the ball, commit silly fouls in non-dangerous areas, forget about the striker drifting away at the far post. They concede the same type of goals again and again. A business version, seeing real threats early, instead of asking only, what is on my to-do list? You must ask, what could genuinely damage my business or career if I ignore it? Common dangers include cash flow, income not matching expenses, reputation, angry customers or employers not being heard, health, running yourself into illness, legal or bureaucratic deadlines, taxes, licenses, benefits reviews, key relationships, partner burnout or resentment, supplier issues. The loudest thing is often not the most dangerous. For example, a rude comment on social media feels dramatic but rarely ends you. Quietly missing tax payments for months. Example, to small online shops, shop ball chaser. Owner jumps on every new trend. New platforms, new ad tricks. Checks sales every hour, panics when they dip. Ignores boring tasks like proper bookkeeping and customer follow-up. When a big customer complains, the owner responds late because they are busy. Shop danger, marker. Owner looks at finances weekly, not money by minute. Knows the minimum monthly income needed to survive. Tracks recurring customers and keeps them happy. Has a simple calendar for taxes and key deadlines. Ignore some noise to focus on these real threats. Months later, shop ball chaser might look active online, but collapses under a tax issue or cash crunch. Shop danger marker may look quieter but keeps living, just like a chaotic club that looks intense but leaks late goals. A calm club that rarely concedes in crucial moments. 3 common mistakes businesses make around danger. Mistake 1. Confusing urgency with importance. Urgent things shout. Important dangers whisper. In football, a dribbler on the wing looks urgent. The unmarked striker at the back post is the real danger. Hey, in business, email pings and notifications shout. Slow building debt or health issues whisper. Lesson learned. Build a simple weekly ritual. List the top few true dangers for your business or life. Take at least one step each week to reduce each one, however small. Mistake 2. Avoiding the scariest topics. Some club managers refuse to talk about defensive weaknesses, hoping they just improve. Some businesses never look at real financial numbers. Avoid calling angry customers back. Put legal letters in a drawer. That is like the defender refusing to look over their shoulder. Pretending the striker behind them does not exist. Lesson learned. Fear grows in the dark. Once you name the danger, you can begin to position yourself against it. Mistake 3. Overreacting to every ball, underreacting to patterns. A team that dives into tackles everywhere opens holes. Business that reacts equally strongly to every random issue. Burns energy on small things. Has none left for real threats. For example, constantly changing products because of one complaint. Overhauling your whole marketing because one post flopped. Changing your whole pricing after one person said, too expensive. Lesson learned. Start tracking patterns. If the same danger appears 3 or 4 times, it is real. If it appears once, note it, but do not redesign your whole game. Practical takeaways from Strategy 4 for entrepreneurs and freelancers. Each week, ask, where are we most likely to concede a goal in the next few months? Money, health, reputation, legal, key relationships. Put those dangers at the top of your planning, not buried under small tasks. For unemployed or underemployed people, dangers might be losing housing, letting your network go completely cold, allowing your confidence to collapse. Decide simple behaviors that mark those dangers, like regular check-ins with people, small money management steps, basic health routines. For people on Social Security, dangers might be missing benefit reviews, falling into total isolation, ignoring medical follow-ups. Build simple reminders and supports around those, even with help from others. Think like a center, back asking, if we switch off, where does the opposition hurt us? Then take 1 or 2 steps in advance. Chapter 7. You do have a bench, even fearfully think you are alone. When you watch match, you see 11 starters, a bench full of substitutes, staff behind them, coaches, physios, analysts. Good managers know. Some matches need fresh legs early. Some players cannot play every 90 minutes. Injuries and suspensions will happen. Young talent must be integrated slowly. Bad managers play the same exhausted 11 until they break. Use substitutions too late or randomly. Ignore the bench until a crisis, then throw someone in unprepared. In business and life, many people behave like the worst managers. They treat themselves as the only starter. They never use their bench of tools, people, and options. They keep going until they collapse. This brings us to the 5th football strategy. Strategy 5. Use your bench and rotate before you burn out. What rotation means in football, at clubs like Manchester City or Real Madrid, star players are rested in some league games. Cup matches are used to give minutes to squad players. Different lineups are used depending on the opponent and schedule. Rotation is not laziness. It is protecting health, heaping intensity, giving experience to more than a tiny core. Even smaller clubs, if wisely managed, rotate. Not always by choice, but by necessity. Clever managers decide when to push and when to protect. What bench looks like in your business or life. Your bench is not just employees. It can be simple automation tools, templates you reuse instead of rewriting, freelancers for specific tasks, friends or family who can help with certain chores, community or government support you are eligible for, your own different energy levels during a day. Rotation is choosing which player to use for which task, choosing when not to use your most tired resource, your brain and body. Example, to overwhelmed side hustlers, hustler solo, does everything manually, stays up late to send individual emails, works 7 days a week, refuses to ask for help or use tools, eventually burns out and stops completely. Hustler bench user uses simple scheduling tools and templates, asks a friend to proofread or check key documents, outsources small tasks when possible, even cheaply, like basic design or data entry, has off days where they focus on low-energy tasks only, survives longer and more steadily. The second behaves like a manager rotating a squad through a long season. The first behaves like a desperate coach playing injured stars until they break. 3 common mistakes businesses make around bench and rotation. Mistake 1. Believing, if I do not do it all myself, it will not be done right. Some founders and strugglers feel only they can answer every email properly, only they can talk to every customer, only they can handle money. In football, that is like playing your best striker as goalkeeper, defender, midfielder, and forward all in one. They might be amazing. They will still fail. Lesson learned. Identify tasks that do not require your unique strengths. Gradually move them to tools or other people when possible. Mistake 2. Not preparing the bench before throwing them onto the pitch. Some businesses suddenly delegate under panic. Here, take this. I cannot handle it. But they have no documented process, no clear expectation, no time to answer questions. That helper fails, quality drops, and the founder says, "See, nobody can do it like me." This is like a coach who never lets a youth player train with the first team, then starts them in a final and blames them. Lesson learned. Bring your bench in early and slowly. Let tools or people take small parts of tasks before you hand them entire responsibilities. Mistake 3. Ignoring your own energy as something that must be rotated. You are both player and manager. If you treat your mind and body as an endless resource, sleep shrinks, health slips, decision quality drops. Everything begins to feel like an emergency. Footballers have rest days and recovery protocols. You may not have a physio, but you can respect sleep, schedule breaks, avoid stacking all heavy tasks in one day. Lesson learned. Design a weekly rhythm that includes lighter days. Plan intense matches on days when you know you can give more and lighter maintenance tasks on others. Practical takeaways from Strategy 5 for entrepreneurs and freelancers. List all weekly tasks. Mark the ones that truly require your unique skills. For the rest, ask, can a tool handle some of this? Can I batch and template it? Can someone else do a small part? For unemployed or underemployed people, your bench might include friends who can review your 105 or practice interviews, free employment services, community groups. Do not play alone in silence. Use these supports before you collapse. For people on Social Security, your bench includes healthcare providers, social workers or advisors, family and neighbors. Rotation means not trying to carry all administrative and emotional weight alone, letting someone else play certain tasks with you or for you. Think like a coach who says, I want this team not only strong in August, but still alive in May. Chapter 8. Comparing business teams like we compare clubs. Next, put strategies 3, 4, and 5 together and compare to imaginary businesses that look very much like many real ones. Business United. The relegation candidate Business United has no training rhythm. The team only practices in live situations, chases every urgent message, ignoring deeper dangers like cash flow and health, treats every problem as equal, constantly changing direction. The founder tries to do everything alone, refuses to use tools or ask for help. Burnout is close, mistakes multiply, and confidence falls. Business United is like a nervous club that never trains properly, ball chases on the pitch, uses the same tired players every 3 days, blames luck when results collapse. Business City. The well-coached side Business City. Protect small training windows each week, improving skills, refining systems, regularly identifies real dangers, money, key customers, deadlines, health. Takes small steps against those dangers, even when there is no crisis. Uses simple tools, templates, and occasional help to reduce load. The founder watches their own energy like a manager watches fitness data. Business City is like a modern top club that trains hard but smart, marks the danger, not just the ball, rotates and prepares the squad, gets through long seasons with enough strength to compete. Over 1 week, they look similar. Over 1 season, they are worlds apart. For entrepreneurs, job seekers, and people on social security, the choice is not abstract. It is daily. Will you run after the ball today, exhausted and blind? Or will you mark danger, train a little, rotate when needed, and build a long game? In Part 3, we will complete the playbook with the final 3 football team strategies. How to analyze your matches using simple feedback and data, like post-match video sessions. How to build your own academy in business and career, continually growing skills and people, instead of only buying or begging for finished stars. How to protect and shape your dressing room culture, so that, like the best clubs, your environment supports you instead of sabotaging you. We will compare different businesses, the way pundits compare clubs, and extract concrete mistakes and lessons you can apply immediately, even if all you have right now is a cheap phone, a notebook, and a stubborn heart. If this second part helped you see that behind every big moment in football and in business are quiet hours of training, smart marking of danger, and intentional use of the bench, subscribe to my YouTube channel. That is where I turn football strategies into clear, actionable steps you can use to build a stronger business, a better job search, or a more resilient life, even when you feel like you are starting from far behind. A company that plays like Manchester City. How turning your business into a football team can save your career, your side hustle, and your sanity. Part 3. Post-match analysis, your own academy, and the dressing room that makes or breaks you. Chapter 9. What happens in the video room after the final whistle? In top clubs, the real work often begins after the match. The stadium is empty. The noise is gone. Players and staff sit in a dark room with a big screen. They watch where the press worked and where it failed, how the opposition hurt them, who was out of position, which patterns of play led to chances. They do not watch only the goals. They watch the patterns that created them. This is not about blame. It is about getting better together. Most small businesses and most people in career struggle never do this. They have a good day, say nice, and move on. Have a bad day, feel shame, and try to forget it. No video room, no learning, just repeating. That brings us to the 6th football strategy for business. Strategy 6. Analyze your matches, use feedback and simple data, not just feelings. How clubs like Liverpool or Bayern use analysis in serious teams. Analysis means reviewing clips of key moments, looking at basic numbers, shots, passes, sprints, distances, pressing success, comparing what was planned with what was done, turning observations into 1 or 2 focus points for the next week. They do not drown in statistics. They pick the few that matter for their game model. Weak teams often avoid analysis, rely only on "we played well" or "we were unlucky." Repeat the same mistakes. The business version of post-match video in your life. Matches are sales calls, job interviews, customer projects, benefit meetings, launch days. Analysis is looking back at what actually happened, not single events. Turning that into small adjustments. You do not need complex software. You need a notebook, honesty, a small habit. Example: 2 coaches selling their services. Coach Hope does 3 discovery calls with potential clients. 1 says yes, 2 say no. She thinks people are broke, the market is bad, and keeps doing the same thing. Coach Review, after each call, writes down: how did the call start? Where did the other person lose interest? What questions felt hard? Did I talk too much or too little? After a handful of calls, she notices. When she rushes the part about price, people hesitate. When she asks more questions, conversations go better. She adjusts her script. After some months, Coach Hope still blames the world. Coach Review has a better pitch and better results. Like clubs, one keeps saying, "We were unlucky." One changes training based on analysis. 3 common mistakes businesses make with analysis. Mistake 1. Looking only at outcomes, not behaviors. In football, a team might win a match playing badly and lose another playing well. Strong clubs look beyond the scoreline. They ask, did we press as planned? Was our shape good? Did we create the chances our model should create? In business and career, people often judge only by, did I get the job? Did the customer buy? Did we hit the target? They ignore whether they followed their own process, whether the offer fit the right person, whether they improved a little. Lesson learned. Separate performance from result. Sometimes you do the right things and still lose. Sometimes you do the wrong things and get lucky. You learn only by watching the performance. Mistake 2. Collecting too many numbers and doing nothing with them. Some businesses track everything. Followers, clicks, page views, likes, but they never ask, what does this mean for our decisions? What should we change? That is like a club printing pages of stats and never changing a single training exercise. Lesson learned. Choose a few measures that match your game model. For example, number of real conversations with potential customers each week. Percentage of projects delivered on time. Number of job applications tailored, not just sent. Review them regularly and decide one change from what you see. Mistake 3. Making analysis about blame instead of improvement. Some managers and founders use feedback to attack. You messed up. You always do this. In football, a video session that is just shouting quickly loses the dressing room. In business, blame sessions kill motivation. Lesson learned. When you review, focus on what happened, why it happened, what we will do differently. Blame is about the past. Analysis is about the future. Practical takeaways from Strategies Hicks for entrepreneurs and freelancers. After key events, take 10 minutes to write. What went well? What went badly? What will I change next time? Review these notes monthly to spot patterns. For unemployed or underemployed people, after each interview or important application, note which questions were hard, where you felt weak or strong, what you learned about that employer or role. Use that to shape your next preparation. For people on Social Security, after important meetings or calls, write or voice record. What surprised you? Which papers you wished you had ready? Which explanations worked or did not? Build a simple checklist for next time. Think like a coach asking, what is the one thing we will do better next week because of what happened today? Chapter 10. Building your own academy. Instead of always chasing star signings, big clubs love star signings. So do businesses. But the smartest clubs also have academies. Barcelona's La Masia, Ajax's youth system, Bayern's development pipeline, Dortmund's reputation for turning young prospects into stars. An academy is a place where raw talent is noticed, a path where it is trained, a system that promotes from within. Without it, you must always buy expensive, fully formed players. You never shape anyone to your own style. You are always at the mercy of the market. In business and career, your academy is how you grow. Your own skills. The people around you. Small systems into big ones. Most small outfits ignore this. They hope to hire or attract ready-made people and results. That brings us to the seventh strategy. Strategy 7. Build an academy in your business and career. How football academies work. A club academy identifies young players early, teaches them the club's way of playing, moves them step by step through levels, tests them in safer, smaller matches before the big stage. Not every player becomes a star, but many become solid squad members, valuable assets to sell, cultural carriers. Clubs like Ajax or Benfica make serious money selling players they developed. Clubs without academies either overspend on stars or fill squads with journeymen who never fully fit. What business academy looks like for a business academy work includes training yourself and any team members in key skills, documenting simple processes, starting small side projects to test ideas, giving juniors or less experienced people safe chances to grow. For your personal career, an academy mindset means ongoing learning, stretch assignments, side projects that build your portfolio or confidence, mentoring others, even informally. Example, to growing small agencies, agency star chasers. The founder always looks for experienced rockstar hires. Juniors make coffee and do menial tasks, never get real development. Processes live only in the founder's head. When a senior leaves, everything collapses. Agency Academy, builders. Hires some juniors with attitude and potential. Has documented ways of doing core tasks. Lets juniors shadow bigger work, then own small pieces. Encourages learning time and internal workshops. Over time. Agency Academy. Builders has a bench of people who understand how it plays. Agency star chasers keeps paying high prices and loses identity with each staff change. 3 common mistakes around academy thinking. Mistake 1. Believing learning is a luxury, not a necessity. Some say, we are too busy for training. We will improve skills later. In football, a club that stops youth development is already dying. In work and business, if you never upgrade skills, your value shrinks over time. You get trapped in low payrolls. Your company cannot adapt to change. Lesson learned. Even in survival mode, protect small learning slots. Reading about your field. Practicing a tool. Asking someone experienced a few questions. Mistake 2. Expecting juniors or beginners to be cheap labor, not future teammates. Some businesses bring in interns or juniors to do only boring, repetitive work. Never learn the why behind tasks. Never be trusted with responsibility. Then they complain, young people are not loyal. Clubs that treat academy players like props never produce loyal first-teamers. Lesson learned. If you involve less experienced people, give them context, coaching, opportunities to grow. They might become your most reliable colleagues. Mistake 3. Never promoting from within, always hunting for outside saviors. Clubs that always chase big names often ignore strong internal options. In business, some owners overlook long-time staff with deep knowledge. Hire external experts to fix everything. Damage morale. In your own life, this looks like always thinking a new job or course will fix things. Ignoring the skills and experiences you already have that could be built upon. Lesson learned. Scan your existing squad. Which of your skills could be developed further? Which people around you could grow with a bit of help? Start your academy there. Practical takeaways from Strategy 7 for entrepreneurs and freelancers. Happy simple learning list. Skills that would make your service better and more valuable. Dedicate regular time, however small, to chip away at one. For unemployed or underemployed people, treat volunteer work, courses, and side projects as academy games. Focus on building demonstrable skills and examples you can talk about later. For people on Social Security, learning does not have to be formal. It can be becoming better at navigating systems. It can be improving tech comfort. It can be practicing communication. Each improvement is academy work, increasing your options. Think like a club that says, "We will not wait for stars to fall into our lap. We will grow our own." Chapter 11. The Dressing Room. You live in every day. Ask any top manager about the most important part of a team, and many will say, the dressing room. They mean the culture, the attitudes, the way people talk when the cameras are off. In good dressing rooms, senior players set standards. New players are welcomed and taught. Conflicts are handled, not ignored. There is humor and seriousness in balance. In bad dressing rooms, Cook's rule. Gossip replaces feedback. Laziness is excused for favorites. Fear or cynicism spreads. A genius tactic cannot save a rotten culture. The same is true in business and in your personal environment. That brings us to the eighth and final strategy. Strategy 8. Protect your dressing room. Culture makes or breaks. How club cultures differ. Think of Liverpool under Klopp. Intensity with joy. No one is bigger than the team. Bayern Munich. Ruthless winning mentality. High internal competition. Respect for standards. Barcelona in their best years. Emphasis on La Masia values. Humility and collective play. Now think of clubs where players leak stories to the press. Managers are undermined from within. Every setback becomes a scandal. Both types might have similar budgets. Only one type consistently competes. Your business and life dressing room. Your dressing room is your workplace atmosphere if you are employed. Your small team's atmosphere if you run a business. Your home and immediate circle if you are between jobs or on Social Security. The tone of your own inner voice. Culture shows up in how people talk about work and customers, how mistakes are treated, what behavior is tolerated, how you speak to yourself after failure. Example, to small teams with the same product team toxic. Leader complains about customers behind their backs. Deaf mock each other, even jokingly, in front of others. Gossip is normal. People avoid taking responsibility in case they are blamed. Team solid. Leader talks respectfully about customers, even annoying ones. Problems are discussed, not hidden. People are praised in public, corrected in private. Everyone knows the few non-negotiable rules. Over time, Team Toxic loses good people and keeps the worst habits. Team Solid keeps raising its level, even with modest resources. 3 common mistakes around culture. Mistake 1. Keeping toxic star players because they perform. Some businesses and clubs tolerate. A brilliant salesperson who abuses colleagues. A talented developer who ignores everyone. A key player who never trains hard. Short-term, results may look good. Long-term, the team rots. Lesson learned. One person who breaks culture rules again and again is more dangerous than a temporary lack of skill. Sometimes letting go of a toxic star makes the whole team stronger. Mistake 2. Saying one thing and doing another. On the wall, we are a family. Respect. Excellence. In real life, people are shouted at publicly. Promises are broken. Corners are cut. Players and staff then stop believing any words. In your own life, this mismatch can be saying you value health yet never resting. Saying you value honesty yet hiding problems. Saying you value learning yet mocking questions. Lesson learned. Culture is what you consistently do, not what you say. Values and behave according to them, especially when stressed. Mistake 3. Believing culture will take care of itself. Some leaders think, we hired good people, culture is fine. But just like a pish overgrown with weeds, if you never tend it, culture drifts. You end up with norms you never chose, jokes that go too far, a tone that slides into constant complaint. Lesson learned. Culture needs tending. Regular check-ins, stories of what right looks like, gentle corrections when things slip, practical takeaways from Strategy 8 for entrepreneurs and freelancers. Decide a small handful of non-negotiables. For example, we meet deadlines. We do not badmouth clients publicly. We tell the truth about problems early, live them and reward them. For unemployed or underemployed people, your dressing room might be your room, your phone, and your friends. Notice, do you spend time with people who only tear everything down? Does your own inner voice speak to you like a cruel coach? If so, start changing the squad around your thoughts. More supportive voices, fewer destructive ones. For people on Social Security, you deserve a respectful dressing room. That means seeking groups, even online, where people are trying to move forward. Setting boundaries with those who constantly belittle your efforts. Think like a manager, protecting the culture even when results wobble. Chapter 12. Your full football team playbook. For business and life across these 3 parts, you have collected 8 strategies used by serious football teams and translated them into business and career language. Clear positions and roles. A game model, not random plays. Training all week, not only on performance days. Marking danger, not just chasing the ball. Using your bench and rotating before burnout. Analyzing matches with feedback and simple data. Building an academy for skills and people. Protecting the dressing room culture. Whether you are an entrepreneur, unemployed, or underemployed, on Social Security, or just feeling lost, you can now see, your life and your work are not a solo race. They are a team sport, even if the players for now are your time, your tools, your habits, and the few people around you. You have seen how well-run clubs like Manchester City, Liverpool, Bayern, Brighton, or Dortmund behave more like disciplined, learning organizations and like superstition machines. Chaotic clubs, however rich, collapse when they ignore team structure and culture. You have the same choice. Every day, you can run after the nearest ball, react, burn out, blame, or act like a coach and a player in your own small club, using these 8 strategies to slowly, stubbornly improve. You do not control the league you were put in. You do control how your team plays. If this 3rd part helped you see how post-match analysis, quiet learning, and a healthy dressing room can matter as much as any big win, subscribe to my YouTube channel. That is where I turn football team strategies into clear, practical steps for entrepreneurs, job seekers, underemployed workers, and people on Social Security who are serious about building a tougher, smarter, more successful life and business, one training session at a time.